Luke here from Wargaming Retreat, and this is my next project. Paint a Defiler for a local Games Workshop store's Walker competition, painting competition type thing. And, well, only undercoated at the moment, gives me a bit of an excuse to paint it. Not like I need an excuse, but it's nice to have one. Justify it to myself, rather than putting off painting these little chappies, my Thousand Sons. That will focus. Great. They're only half done, they have been half done for a while now, it's quite irritating. Now this is actually the first video we're going to ever make, but it won't be the first you see. You'll see our sort of hello introduction telling you what our channel is, but by now you should have seen that because you're on our channel. And that's with me, David and Zach, and it's just me, Luke, and, well, yeah, I suppose this is not really sure what to say on the first video. What would you guys like to see in future videos? We're going to be doing, this is spoilers alert, a narrative campaign, Chaos Space Marines versus Astra Militarum with some Eldar in it somehow, somewhere. Not entirely sure how the Eldar are going to fit in, but there'll be an official announcement with some explanation of the plot and that sort of thing. If you're looking to enter the same competition as I'm in, you need to basically on the 28th of June turn up to Games Workshop in Canterbury, for local Canterbury in Kent, and bring in your Walker before 12 o'clock, and they'll judge it, decide the best, then move on from there. Well, I'm not sure when this video is going out, it might go out after. So I'm going to be painting this in stages. First I'm doing the gold trims, well, Balthasar gold and then the shining gold, and I'll keep you guys posted on progress and everything else as it happens. It'll all be in this video, so a bit of editing as well. Okay, so the first colour for the Defiler is Balthasar gold. This would be painting the trims along the feet, on the body, the guns, just about everywhere there's a trim to be painted, and this iconography at the top, although I might have to reattach that as it's quite loose. After that it's shining gold, and then we'll use some washes to dull it down. If you guys want me to post full painting tutorials, I won't do it on models as big as this, because this is obviously going to take a while, and I'm painting it as best as I can. I'm not the best painter, but, well, hopefully you guys will disagree with that. Oh no, I know I'm not the best, but this shall be the first proper project you see. So, I'll come back to you. I've done the Balthasar gold. Okay, so that's all of the Balthasar gold done. Now to move on to shining gold and cover all of the bits you see in bronze. The Balthasar gold was only a rough coat, so as you can see it's not 100%, but we can touch up any of the black afterwards, that doesn't matter, that's the least important thing. Alright, so that is the shining gold done and touched up. Next we're going to be using Iron Breaker to go over all the rivets and bolts and all the gold sections, and then we shall wash it down with various different washes. So that's the Iron Breaker on all of the rivets and the gold sections around the Defiler done. Next we're going to coat all of the gold, known oil, and then over the silver bolts, Serapium, Serapia, and get back. So that is all the bolts washed down, or gold washed down, covered the bolts in Serapia to give it, I suppose, an extra sort of rusty type effect. I'm going to move on to bolt gun metal, or as it's now called lead belcher, and cover all of the claws and the warp flame gargoyles and the auto cannon and all the other bits, exhausts, that are metal on the model. So that is all the silver sections done. Now we're going to wash them down with Known Oil, and I'm also going to add some transfers, some decals, onto this shoulder pad piece here, because it's, other than these, the best flat surface, and it'll give a little extra thing to the miniature. Okay, so that's washing down the silver with Known Oil, and I've added the Eye of Horus to the shoulder. Next, I'm going to be highlighting around all of the silver bits with Iron Breaker. Sort of a dry brush over some bits, and over these claws we'll be doing streaks on the tips to make it look as if they've been scratched and slashed up as it's torn into. Right, so that is all these silver highlighted up, including some scratching effects on the claws. Can't get too close, it seems, because it goes out of focus. It's a bit of a pain. Highlighted this, and all silver. Next, we are going to do a brass-like colour on things like a band here, and on this, the centre of the ammo belts, and the end clip bits on these guns. That's going to be done in Balthazar Gold, nice thick paint, good coverage. Okay, so that is all of the brass bits, brass details done. Yeah, just on the final detailing stage really with this model now. Next, we're going to use Scab Red, very old pot of paint, probably could do a new one. I'm not sure what it's called since they changed all the names of them. And in the same step, I'm going to wash that down with Known Oil, and that's just all the cables underneath the claws, you can see there, and on the legs, and by the engine. And then I'm going to go over all of the bolts that are being part of the silver, like that, with the sepia, like I did with the gold, to give it a sort of corroded effect. Right, so that is all the red cables done, washed, everything like that. You see them just under the claws here. Nice little bit of extra detail, make it pop out quite so nicely. And then on the back section, we've got the engine. We wash down all of the little bolts, make them seem a little bit corroded. Now we're going to use Rakarth Flesh. Now this is interesting, I didn't intend on using this to start off with for Defiler metallic. However, the face, this face on the front gun, this face on the tip of the barrel, and there's actually a demonic face on the back piece. I'm going to do fleshy, and then the horns with maybe Shakti bone. Okay, so that's what the Rakarth Flesh done on the model. There, and face of the back. Now we're going to wash it down with yet more Known Oil. Right, so that's all of the flesh sections washed down with Known Oil. Next, and this is going to be quite a few things in one step, we're going to use Shakti bone to coat all of the horns and the teeth on the model. You see that, the horns and the teeth. And then wash that down with yet more, as you guessed it, Known Oil. And then, in the same step, I'm going to use Scab Red in the eye sections. I think the eyes. Wash it down with Canterbury Crimson, I think that is. And then a little highlighting back up, Blood Red. Right, so that's all of those stages done. You see, much more detailed now, looking like a much more complete model. Now the very last thing that's going into this is a bit of gore. We're going to be painting the Warp Flame gargoyles with blood for the blood god. Citadel technical paint is a really nice blood effect, and we thought, well, been bludgeoning its enemies to death, why not? Right, so that is it. That is Defi fully painted. Hopefully competition will go well. I'll have an announcement video saying how I've done, but I'll see if I can zoom in, pick up some details. Otherwise, or I probably will add anyway, pan that around a bit so you can see. There you go. The blood, the Warplane gargoyles, it's gone out of focus now, I know. So I'll probably add some pictures to the end of this video, really showing it off. Alright, thanks for watching. We'll be doing more of these in the future, maybe even a Hellbrute at some stage.